mine. 1978.
Oh, right. Nothing so much.
No.
I always find passengers on the good out.
Yeah. Yeah, and hopefully it won't blow over in a couple of weeks or something.
Yeah, it's a really, well, not really open at all, but you've got to go, it's like screw.
Him, yeah.
He'd be famous now.
Well, I feel.
Yeah, I don't think the walk has any more sense than I think was used. One way and another to get there. Never had a.
No, never had a look at
James on that. Yeah. How would ever
That's the one that's
Yeah, that's a well, I say it's a credit to you, it's a credit to the family, really.
I see you got the old car out.
Yeah, done right, yeah, first item of the year. I got one of the covers.
No pain at all.
Well, come out the next day then. Yeah.
Right, hello Graham, and tell us about your car, when you bought it and how much you paid for it ideally.
Well, the car goes back before my time. Father-in-law bought the car in 1958. It's the family's very first car. It was June the 6th, 1958. It was a Friday, and he then collected my wife as a 7-year-old schoolgirl from school. She jumped into it, and she's grown up with the car and is still the proud owner. And the car cost £723, 15 shillings and twopence in those days, which is a lot of money because purchase tax was 50% up until 1959. So she did all her growing up in the car. 59 they were off, and they did, my families did, the first trip and the first bit of motorway to open in the country. It was the Preston bypass, the top of the M6. Holidays in North Wales, Scotland, over to Yorkshire. A lot of time spent in the Lake District. She was sitting in the back of this car watching Donald Campbell in Bluebird on Coniston Water while he was trying for the old water speed record. And she even drove it all the way down to Lynmouth in Devon, where she was sitting there waiting for her O-level results, which of course in those days you didn't find out until you got the letter when you got home. But she gradually progressed from being pushed in the back of the car with auntie, brother, mum and dad in the front, with her feet sticking out through here, waving at the traffic behind. Finally got her own rear seat, and eventually learned to drive in the car. When she was 21, Dad gave it to her as a 21st present so that he could buy another new car. And so Maud was hers, saw her through university and into her first job, and then eventually we got married. She brought the car down to Cornwall. By then it was in a well-used state, but it got on and it got us through life. It did everything a family could want. A number of times we moved house, dogs, stuff on the roof. Life happened in this car. After a while it got to the stage where I felt I needed to replace the wood, which is a fairly big job, but pretty straightforward. And well, by that stage we'd had the car for 50 years, and that struck us that was a little bit odd, a little bit special. So from there on in, the car started getting a lot of TLC and not being used quite so much, and certainly not going out on wet roads. And gradually, since then, I've just gone through doing whatever's necessary. A lot of work done on the underside, getting it back to, hopefully, showroom condition, which is how we like to keep it. And now she just goes out on sunny days, and we get enormous pleasure out of it. So the reason, I guess, we've kept the car for so long, apart from the family ties, is it's such a very, very good, practical car. Things you can do with it, I just wish I could find a modern car that offered the same facility with a fold-down flat rear, access to the spare tyre, space for your tools, and a box of spares, and easy to work on. It just does the job. What's not to like?
Yeah, fantastic. So, were there different specs of models back in those days? Were there like Cortinas and all that in the 70s, like GLs and Gs and all that?
There were only two variations. You could either have this, which is the basic model, or you could have the deluxe, which was about £7 more, and that gave you overriders on the front. It got you door cards in the rear, whereas in here you're just straight onto the aluminium bodywork. And I believe it also got you a little bit of carpeting.
Because, you know, the model I had was 1968. That had armrests. So would the deluxe have had that, you think?
Absolutely, yeah. Post 60, the trafficators went. They obviously became indicators. But in her day, the heater was an extra. That cost £11, 2 shillings and 6pence. And you had to fit it yourself. And then,
fit it yourself as well? No.
And then my wife Tilly, as a Christmas present, used her pocket money, trotted up to Helford's in Liverpool, and bought a screen washer. And she spent, instead of 76, she spent 10 bob. And she got the large bottle, the big deluxe kit. So she ended up with screen washers as well.
Electric ones.
But amazing to think, amazing to think things like that just weren't fitted as standard.
Yeah, Yeah, I mean, mine had an electric conversion on as well.
Since then I've added disc brakes, brake servo, and obviously electronic ignition. But apart from that, I put the bigger engine in, 1098 engine, which is an easy swap. Apart from that,
so did you notice a huge difference when you put those disc brakes on them?
Yes,
yeah, because that was the thing I found driving mine, being drum brakes all round. You're having to predict about 100 yards ahead what's going to happen, and you start to brake then. And then you jump into a modern car, and the difference is unbelievable.
The discs on this and with the turbo, and the brakes are absolutely as good as a modern car.
Yeah.
You wouldn't know the difference.
What did they come off? Was that off like an MG Midget type thing, or
Marina?
A Marina, Morris Marina.
It's a standard conversion that you can still buy.
Yeah.
But the source was Marina.
Morris Marina.
Yeah.
Is it just like a straight swap, or do you have to drill holes? Or?
No, as I recall, there's nothing extra. No. All the brackets come for the hose. No, it's a bolt-on conversion.
Oh right. It's worth doing, definitely, isn't it?
Absolutely.
It would have been something I'd have considered had I not sold the car, but it's having that money now. If you're paying somebody to do it, it can work out quite expensive.
Of course, it's so much easier to maintain.
Yeah.
Lining up or setting the two shoes is always a bit of a faff.
Yeah.
Getting them to balance nicely. It's just easy to maintain.
Yeah.
Easy to fit, easy to maintain, and they work better. Why wouldn't it?
Well, no.
Like electronic ignition, it's just so simple, so good, so reliable, and performance, I'm convinced, is better.
Yeah, no, I don't doubt it. Yeah. Messing around with points every 6 months and cleaning them up and all that, and so you don't have to do that anymore.
That's right.
And you know it's going to start every time.
Yeah, well, you don't need to be leaning over the wing with your back aching, faffing around, setting up the points.
Yeah. Fantastic. Right, thanks, Grant. That's really interesting. I'll do a walk around the car and film it so that everybody can see how amazing it looks. So thanks again for that.
Yeah, when you get to the front, I'll open the bonnet if you like.
Oh, right, okay, yeah. thanks for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, please like and subscribe as it helps us reach more enthusiasts like yourself. See you again soon.